And good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for a special edition of Watch Fox News Digital here at King Day at the Dome. I'm Friendy Clairvaux.
Brian McConkey, glad to be here, Friendy. An important day. A day of service, a day of remembrance, right. And a day of celebration for achievements that have been made. Mm-hmm. But as we'll hear today, there always is a message of hope and a message of moving the path forward.
You're right about that. And moving the path forward, starting here at the State House, King Day at the Dome. This event has a lot of history, Brian. This is not something that just started haphazardly or it started last year, for instance.
No, not at all, not at all. We did have a couple-year break, though, during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. We did not have the in-person rallies. Last year, of course, they did return, yes. With several hundred people marching here at the State House. But this goes back a quarter century. Yeah. This goes back to the to Y2K, to the year 2000, mm-hmm. when there was a solitary purpose for it. Flag, the Confederate flag that flew here at the State House since the early 60s, 1961, at one point on top of the dome.
That's right.
And then after that initial rally, it was moved. Now, we looked back at the history of why this rally was created. It has become a lot of different calls to action over the years.
Exactly.
But in the very beginning, it was about the Confederate flag, and we want to take a look back at that right now.
No justice!
The King Day at the Dome rally we know today was something different a quarter century ago when it launched. A colossal call to action. Nearly 50,000 people marching on the State House, demanding lawmakers remove the Confederate flag. Months later, in May of 2000, a plan was passed to take the flag off its prominent perch on the State House dome, where it'd flown since 1961, and place it along Gervais Street after years of battling over the issue.
Take it down! Take it down!
However, that move didn't end the fight for the flag's complete removal. It remained a significant talking point in King Day rallies, but focus also shifted to issues like education, the criminal justice system, racial justice, and access to health care. It also became a destination spot for political candidates.
I'm talking about the moral deficit.
Eventual President Barack Obama speaking at the rally during his run to the White House in 2008. Ever since, political hopefuls have been sure to make their voices heard at the rally during critical election years.
Take it down now.
The push that would bring down the Confederate flag for good was sparked by one of this state's darkest days in 2015. 9 black church members, including State Senator Clementa Pinckney, gunned down during a Bible study at the historic Mother Emanuel Church in Charleston in June of that year by avowed white supremacist Dylan Roof. Pictures surfaced of Roof draped in the Confederate battle flag, kickstarting a push that would remove the flag for good.
It's enough when you say enough is enough.
And much of that debate playing out on State House grounds for weeks, with people on every side of the issue coming to Columbia.
This flag above me, it represents every soldier in South Carolina, both black and white.
Take it down!
We want the flag down. We're tired of these platitudes that we've been hearing for the last 50 years.
If this racism and oppression is who we are, then leave the flag up. But if not, then it's time that we take a stand and do something different.
This is everybody's heritage, not just white people's heritage. This is black people's heritage, Mexican heritage. Anyone that lived in America, it's their heritage too.
It's time to move the flag from the Capitol ground.
By July, lawmakers had put together a plan to remove the flag from the grounds and place it in a museum. It was quickly signed into law by then-Governor Nikki Haley.
With that, I am proud to say that the bill has been signed.
The very next day, July 10th, 2015, history playing out in Columbia. When a state honor guard took down what had become a divisive part of the state's history as thousands in attendance looked on, many overwhelmed by what they saw.
When someone looks at someone a different color, I think in their head they will think something different now.
While there have been strong feelings on both sides, we'll just grow stronger from this work and come closer together.
We fought for this flag to come down for a very long time now. It shows us that we can win a victory, and it inspires us to continue fighting.
After years of activists pushing for the flag to permanently be removed, that part of the fight was over. The initial reason the King Day rally started. Civil rights leaders have celebrated the flag's removal in King Day at the Dome rallies ever since, and the rally still remains an important call to action for equality and racial justice.
Such a powerful piece there, Brian. Well put together, trying to let everyone know exactly the history and how this event here is just a powerful event.
How we got to where we're standing today. And this rally is never going to be going away. As you can see, we've added to our conversation now Dr. Todd Shaw from the University of South Carolina, frequent contributor to our programming here at WACH Fox. This has always been an important day, here and everywhere around this country. As we stand here today, about to hear from the Vice President in the next couple of hours, it speaks to that, doesn't it? How important this rally has been.
Yes, it speaks to the way in which South Carolina history is American history. And an important and vital component of South Carolina history is African American history and civil rights history. And so when the organizers, almost 25 years ago, decided, particularly with the NAACP conference and others, decided that they would use King's birthday as an event that King would approve of, to make a stand, to serve others, to talk to justice. That speaks to why there are multiple, King's the observance of his birthday, but of his legacy and the observance of what happened relative to his birthday almost 25 years ago.
Not know about the genesis of how this came about. It's important for all of us to know about that history as this mission gets pushed forward.
It is, and so as the piece delved into very nicely, the whole reason in part for this rally was for the removal of the Confederate flag from the State House dome. Unfortunately, the call wasn't heeded very soon enough, and Dylan Roof used it as a symbol of hate in order for that terrible massacre at Mother Emanuel Church. But as a result, the Governor Haley and other members of the legislature who were lobbying decided to take it off the dome, and not only to take it off the dome, but then to remove it completely. Right, from front of the State House. And so, in some respects, it's both sort of the pain but the victory of what happens on a day like this.
If you want to stay up to date with this story and much more, subscribe to our WACH Fox YouTube page. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss an update.